What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders and the House of the Dragon. Here we are sitting at about $448, about $450 right now, looking like we are at the lows of this kind of trend upwards, right? If we were to draw some kind of parallel channel, we're definitely at the lows. I would suspect we go higher. If we break above this high, we likely break above this high. If we break above this high, we likely start our next move up as we had the other two times. I assume that next move up will send us to prices that are well above $1,000. Let's talk about it, okay? So here we are on our weekly RSI, looking like we were finding a low here as well on the 50, an area that we found support time and time again. We found resistance on as well. Nice area to find support and probably climb higher. I do suspect that unlike this high in the RSI, how it's been a lower high this whole time, I suspect that this high will actually take out that high. It will be a higher high and thus promoting an overall stronger move, which means that this move here will likely be weaker than the next move that I'm expecting. So that move in itself would take us to 778. Any move above this would likely mean that we go to the next levels. And if we were to go to the next levels on this next move, it would likely have to be a stronger move, which the RSI makes sense if my predictions go right and assuming that we do move up higher. Now, why do I assume that we're going to move up higher, right? Why wouldn't I assume that we see a lower high? That's after all the trend. I get that. That makes sense. But here we're bouncing off of the 50. We've got these higher lows. We're looking very bullishly poised. We've made this run off of the 40. I'm assuming off of the 50 with this bullish momentum we have. Of course, we'll see a stronger move. Of course we will. So with that in mind, something above this high is where we will go to measure those targets. We take the high to the low, getting on the low. You guys, this too, by the way, any person learning the fibs, stick this in your back pocket and smoke it later. Ooh, hold on. Not this. Oh, I don't know what that was. The 886 to your 382. It's been happening a lot. I haven't seen it. I obviously haven't seen it since December because a lot of cryptos put this in and we've been consolidating since, haven't really done anything. But I've seen it a lot. Just pay attention to that going forward. You might, if you ever see this where you just run right up to your 886 and stop there, you might go all the way back to your 382. And if you do it at your 786, you could go all the way to your 236 or your 382 as well. Just something for any aspiring technical analysts out there. Anyways, looking productive, I think, at the 382 double bottom nonetheless. I would expect that from here, when you do take out this high, because that's what we've assumed already out of the analysis so far, is that we will, at a minimum, see prices above this high. So if we do, the minimum given target from there would be at least $936. But I personally, I don't know about you guys, I don't think we've spent all this time consolidating. I don't think that we're about to break out and see a stronger move than what we saw last time just to meet the minimum target. I would assume that Bitcoin Cash does see, and beyond all that, of course, Bitcoin Cash will be breaking out of this multi-cycle, lifelong consolidation phase that it's been in its entire life whenever it gets above, basically whenever it gets above about like $580. So with all of that tied in together, I can't see you breaking out of a multi-cycle consolidation phase with all this momentum and just stopping at your minimum target. So the next target from there would be about 1,073, and then after that it's about 1,300. This is your primary target zone, and it's a very suitable area to find resistance, but I suspect that Bitcoin Cash will see targets that are higher than that even, right? The average coin, I'm expecting the average coin to grow anything from about 120 to 180% over the coming month. That would mean that if Bitcoin Cash was to perform about as average with the rest of the markets, that'd be about a $988 move there. 180% would be something pretty close to that $1,300 move, okay? So that's if it moves on par with the rest of the market. But now I want to see, let's look at BCH, and let's actually compare it to others, okay? We're going to compare it to the rest of the market. Others here, BCH USD is what we're going to do. USD on Coinbase there, and then enter. By the way, guys, I got something else I want to talk about for the Bitcoin Cash community in just a moment. But yeah, okay, so I don't know about you guys, right? BCH versus others. I don't know about you. I'm not the smartest technical analyst in the world, right? I don't have all the experience in the world, but I've been doing this for 8 years, and I like to think that I'm not terrible at it. That, to me, looks like a nice area to find support and move up. What does this chart mean? This means that Bitcoin Cash will likely outperform the rest of the altcoin market. The rest of the crypto markets, it will likely outperform over the coming weeks. We're on a weekly period here. I don't think we're going to go down. No, sir. I think where we're at now is an area that we'd find support, and we move higher. We actually, that's what it looks like to me. Do we move higher than this high? Do we move just to here? Do we move somewhere in between? Do we go way higher? I don't know, but all I know is we're moving up higher, which if we move higher, it means we're going to outperform the average coin going forward, which means that our average coin range here being at about, $1,000 to $1,300, it would make more sense that we actually see prices that are higher than that. For a long time now, for a very long time, we talked about $1,700. If you were to go above $1,300, the minimum target would be $1,700 to $1,900, somewhere in that zone. And that might seem extreme. Bitcoin Cash, a top 20 crypto. It is a top 20 crypto. If you take out all the staked coins, the wrapped coins, the stable coins, it is a top 20 crypto. It's always been a top 20 crypto, man. Of course it is. A top 20 coin seeing a 4x while the rest of the market only sees a 2x. That's nuts. But it's going to happen. Because this thing, again, it's been consolidating for multiple cycles, its whole life, in fact, right? And this consolidation phase, what's different about Bitcoin Cash's consolidation phase, I'm going to break this down here real quick, okay? And we'll get back into it in a second. What's different about this consolidation phase than XLM's consolidation phase, XRP, LTC? Probably, actually, no, I would say LTC and BCH are similar in this regard with their consolidation phases. What's key about breaking out of this existence in itself, your lifelong consolidation phase you've been in, for Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, cryptos alike in this nature, is that you've been written off. The Bitcoin Cash community, the Dragon Riders, shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. I don't know if I said it already, but we're going to say it again anyways. Shout out to the House of the Dragon. We've been written off. Bitcoin Cash it's not the scam Bitcoin anymore, right? That's what it was whenever it first came out. It's never been the scam Bitcoin. It's always been the better Bitcoin, of course, right? But people just didn't figure that out, right? But now it's not this thing that's the scam Bitcoin. It's not this enemy to the crypto public, right? As it was whenever it first came out, and it never was. It was always a good thing. People just had their minds wrong or their perspectives wrong, right? They were being lied to or misled. But it will be, it's not even that anymore. It's not even this coin that's quote unquote misleading or a scam Bitcoin. It's just this coin that doesn't exist to a lot of people. They think, oh, I remember Bitcoin Cash. It's dead. Like anybody who's in the BTC community or very, very heavy, probably in the crypto community, most big accounts of the crypto community, they don't even consider Bitcoin Cash as a legible investment. And the thing is it is showing signs, more bullish signs than it ever has in its life, not just versus the dollar, but versus Bitcoin itself. It's showing bullish signs versus the rest of the market. You guys, when it breaks out of this zone, I expect that the reason why it will see above average performance versus the rest of the market is because this is not just breaking out of a multi-cycle consolidation phase. This is validating Bitcoin Cash as a viable option. Right? Let me tell you, right here, we're going to do this. This, in this zone, all this price action, this is us. Crazy conspiracy Bitcoin Cash people, the small blockers, the B trashers, the Bitcoin cashers, the Roger Ver crew, all of it. That's us. But as soon as we get out of this zone, hold up now, there might be something to this coin that we missed, that we overlooked. It's still relevant. It's breaking out. It's doing what now? You know what I mean? Those kind of reactions are going to come out of people. They're going to be in disbelief, and they're going to look at it. They're going to give it an honest shake at that point. And that's why I believe, beyond what I'm about to say also, I've got two other reasons why I think we won't stop at 1,300, but we likely will go to 1,700 to 1,900 by the end of this move, which I think will happen by the end of February, if not by the end of March. I'm starting to really think that it might be sometime around like the middle of March, first 2 weeks of March, that could be the top, but it's possible it could end in February too. There's a lot pointing to both, you guys. There's a lot of ways to make sense of a momentary high as we had in November or December, right? A momentary high that could last sometime in February or March, right? But I certainly suspect February, March, whenever it happens, we consolidate for probably 3 weeks to 6 weeks, maybe a little bit longer than that, and then April, May comes along and we start moving up higher again, right? It's not going to be the cycle high. But beyond everything that I've said so far, to make sense out of this, the next thing that I'd like to say is that, first off, you look at this, where this move up would be. That would be at the 1886 to the 200 level, $1,700 to $1,900 on the fibs. This purple line and this red line, that's where it would go to, the purple line and the red line there. That's important to remember, okay? We take this now, we zoom in. Trying to keep my mind right so that I can remember all the things that I want to talk about. High to low here of this consolidation phase, I have a point, okay? High to low here, you moved up, you broke out, it was immaculate, and you stopped right here at the 200 to the 1886, the red and purple line right there. Beautiful, purple, perfect. I didn't mean to say purple. High to low here. Come on now. Again, 200 to 1886, the blue or the red and the purple line. You actually went just above it there. So that's 2 times. Actually, the whole bull cycle, in other words, your movements have only gone above the 1886 from the relative highs to lows of your given consolidation phases. Now, this one's a bit of a deeper phase, but again, assuming everything else that's going on with Bitcoin Cash, all the bullish kind of criteria that's going to happen whenever you do see prices above this high, let alone just above like 580, if you were to do the same thing and go to your purple line, blue line, that would take you up to $1,700 to $1,900. Now, here's the last thing besides the charts that makes sense out of those prices. Okay, here's the thing. Because my whole premise, at least for this video, my whole premise has been technicals the whole time for Bitcoin Cash to go up. The technicals look so damn good. How could you not be curious at least, right? But here's something that's a little fundamental, right? And I've been talking about a little bit in this video of how breaking out of this overall consolidation phase that Bitcoin Cash has been in for multiple cycles now, that's not just breaking out of a multi-cycle consolidation phase. That's bullish in itself. But the bullish thing about it is it puts Bitcoin Cash on the map as a viable option to people who are outside the BCH community, right? There's probably plenty of people who are outside the BCH community who see Bitcoin Cash for what it's worth, for what its value is, and they're probably dipping their toes. But the crypto community as a whole, Bitcoin Cash won't pump 20% in a day, 40% in a day, and be overlooked like it's been its whole life, right? Bitcoin Cash will be the top performer in the top 100 on any given 24-hour period. Not any given, but just when it happens, whenever it does happen, whenever it is the top performer, people overlook it. They'll talk about anything. All your famous kind of crypto bros, they'll look at the top performers and they'll just pick the coin that's the top performer of the day and talk about that as relevance. But if it's Bitcoin Cash, no, they mull over it. Those days are gone. Those days are gone, and that's what the chart tells us. But this is something that's a little bit outside the chart. My nose really itches, guys. I don't know why, but if you've seen me do this and it's annoying you or you've noticed it, I don't know. It's annoying me too, man, but I'm just going to address it now. It really itches. There's nothing up my nose anymore. No, there really isn't. I'm not a nose guy, man. I don't do stuff like that. I'd rather smoke or do edibles or just even just drink. But anyways, beyond all that stuff, for all the degens out there, shout out to my degens. I love my degens. I'm beating around the bush here, guys. The last reason, the fundamental reason, is that there's a ETF coming out, and it's not talking about legitimizing Bitcoin Cash. Okay, talking about that, it's not getting approved on the 3rd of March, but it has a deadline set for the 3rd of March where it has to either get approved, get denied, or get pushed back for a decision. It's the Bitwise 10 crypto, BITW 10 crypto ETF, and Bitcoin Cash is on that list. Okay, this, you guys, right? We've had a Bitcoin BTC and we've had an Ethereum ETF. This is to be the proposed like 3rd big crypto ETF. It's a basket of ETFs or of cryptos in this ETF, and Bitcoin Cash is in that basket. It could have been any of them. And how Bitwise describes this basket is they've chosen the top performing, or I think it says the top cryptos, the current top cryptos. That's what's made them choose it. They chose Bitcoin Cash. They could have chosen Litecoin. They didn't choose Litecoin. They could have chosen XMR or other coins that are in the top 50, top 20. I don't think they even chose Dogecoin, right? And I mean, Dogecoin's a meme coin, so that's fair, that's fine. But I'm just saying Bitcoin Cash made the list. Talking about legitimizing Bitcoin Cash, when the 3rd crypto, the first one was Bitcoin, right? And then there's a bunch of Bitcoin ETFs. There's more than just one, but the first ETF line to get approved was Bitcoin. The second, rock on, was Ethereum. And the 3rd, shock on, I can't, wait, would it be? That actually be, yeah, the 3rd. Anyways, the 3rd would be a basket of cryptos in which Bitcoin Cash would be included, alongside of the fact that Bitcoin Cash would be breaking out of a multi-cycle consolidation phase, alongside with the fact that Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin would be starting an uptrend that it's never seen before in its charts. You guys, there's going to be, on a technical perspective, reasons for there to be attention drawn to Bitcoin Cash. And on a fundamental perspective, people are going to analyze, they're going to be like, what cryptos are in the top 10? Oh, Bitwise has this basket of 10 cryptos. I might buy them too. Oh, I've never heard of this one, Bitcoin Cash. Oh, this has a lower market cap than most of the ones in the basket. I might put my money, oh, it's a better Bitcoin? Oh, people have been lied to about, oh, it is the better Bitcoin. It's faster. It's more affordable to mine. It's more profitable to mine. It is debatably more decentralized. I don't know. I've asked Grok, and he tells me that it's actually more centralized. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know how to verify that or not. All I know is that the United States government is not the largest, or I would assume is probably not the largest holder of Bitcoin Cash. They are the largest holder of Bitcoin, and I don't know how centralized or decentralized you could be if the United States government is your largest holder. But you know, that's all debatable for another time. But it is the faster, better Bitcoin. It's undeniable, and people will start to see it. That's the only point that I'm trying to make here, man. This video has gone on so much longer than I intended it for. I think especially you guys, the BCH community, you guys are pretty savvy. You probably already understand, and well before this point, you probably understood what I was saying. So I appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. BCH, you guys, I'm telling you, everybody in the Bitcoin Cash community, or maybe not everybody, probably not everybody, but there's a few of you who have been whining, who've been wondering. You're going to wish that you put more money into it now. And in about a month or two, you're going to wish you put more money into it, right? It's one of my biggest bags. It's my second biggest bag as of now. After the growth that I'm expecting, it will likely become my largest bag. Again, it's been my largest bag for most of the cycle, but coins fluctuate, right? I wish I'm happy with my bag, but hindsight's, you know, always 2020. Whenever we're at these prices that are above $1,000, likely at 1,700 and beyond, who knows if it could even be beyond that, guys. I'm talking about 17 to 1,800 as a doable target. 1,900, we could be above 2,000 by the end of this move. I really don't know, because the acceptance of crypto, we don't know what kind of bullish effect it's going to have. All the whiners, all the complainers, all the people who've been uncertain about Bitcoin Cash, you're going to wish you had more time to buy at these prices. As ironic as it is, because these prices right now are casting uncertainty and doubt, you're going to wish you had these prices in about a month's time. Mark my words. Hit the like button. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.